It's Tuesday, December 28th, 2010. I'm Peter Bush. All this week we're looking back at our best interviews of 2010. Today we're replaying our interview with Julia Wilkinson from back in January. She was a senior at Texas A&M and was gearing up for what would turn out to be an amazing final NCAA championship meet. And we also got an unexpected serenade from the Canadian Olympian. How you feeling? Tell us about the shoulder and just swimming in general.
Right now my shoulder is absolutely great, which is surprising because it pretty much bothered me all last season, even once I was supposed to be home free. So I kind of just came to the conclusion that it was always going to hurt, and then started up this season and really haven't had much of a problem with it. Maybe had to do one practice where I kicked out of the whole year, which is great compared to last year. So my shoulder is holding strong. So everything's going well. That
is great to hear. You got some making up to do. You know, for 2 years, your first 2 years, or sophomore and junior, excuse me, you guys won the Big 12s. You beat Texas, your big rivals. Yep. But then last year, you redshirt, and they take it back. So now, I don't know. What's the rivalry looking like this year?
Well, I mean, it's a great rivalry, especially this year. Texas is an amazing team, and I think our team is really, really strong too. And so we know that no matter what happens, we're both going to end up having great seasons, and it's always so much fun to go down to Austin or have those girls come over here because we all swim really well when we swim against each other. I think it brings out the best in both teams. So I think it's a really fun and good rivalry. You know, we always get a little nervous when we have to go to Austin with all the orange and everything, but I think they feel the same way about us. So
now schools like Texas have been good forever. Texas A&M only more recently, thanks in great part to swimmers like you. Do you worry that when you leave, you know, that great tradition won't continue?
I definitely am not worried. We have a great recruiting class coming in next year, like fantastic. It makes me almost want to redshirt again. I mean, if you could do that, but because the girls who we have coming in are really, really strong. We have Sarah Henry who's coming in, and she's going to make a huge, huge impact on the team as soon as she gets here, which is just going to be absolutely fantastic. So I feel like the team's going to be in pretty good hands when when me and Kristen and the other girls in the class of 2010, you know, move on with our lives.
So what will you swim in March this year?
Well, definitely 200 IM and 100 freestyle. It's always a kind of a decision between 200 freestyle and 100 backstroke for me. It'll probably be the 200 freestyle just because I'm a better long course swimmer backstroke because my underwaters have never been really strong until I had shoulder surgery. Now it's this whole new world of underwaters because I kicked for so long. So that kind of opens that up as an option, but likely the 200 free worked out for me pretty well junior year, and I swum the 100 back freshman and sophomore year, and that didn't really go well at NCAAs, so probably the 200 freestyle along with the 100 and the 200 IM.
Well, as you look at the landscape this year in women's college swimming, do you see a potential individual national championship for you?
Well, that 100 freestyle my junior year where I lost to Lacey Niemeyer, who is an absolutely amazing athlete, so I wasn't really too upset about it. Like, if you're going to lose to somebody, then it's always nice to lose to someone that you know is good and goes on to make the U.S. Olympic team. But I have definitely thought about that race over and over and over again. You know, you lose at a meet and you're ready for the next year, and then I didn't get to swim the next year, so I've basically been thinking about that 100 freestyle for 2 years. So yeah, I have my goal time written down on my wall, and I have how bad do you want to be an NCAA champion written on my bathroom mirror. So I pretty much think about that every single day. So I kind of just take one day at a time and not get too excited. And I don't know what's going to happen in the other events, but I definitely have my sights set on that 100 free.
So you're telling me that you're going to swim the 100 free this year?
Yes. Basically.
I'm kidding, but on Wednesdays, sometimes we like to do the set of the week here on the Morning Swim Show. So I'll pose the question to you. Have you done any sets recently or any come to mind that have been particularly grueling or interesting or fun?
Well, we do this one really grueling set every year on Martin Luther King Day, and it's always like the Monday after we get back from training trip and school's about to start for us. So the 200 IMers, like the middle distance group, we do 5 200 IMs on an interval and then a 400 easy, 4 200 IMs on an interval and then a 400 easy, 3, and then down to 3, 2, 1. And the other girls start at 2:35 on their interval, but me and the 200 flyer, we got to start at 2:30. So we did 5 on 2:30, 4 on 2:25, 3 on 2:20, 2 on 2:15, and then 1 on 2:10 or under 2:10. So that was pretty tough. After my 2 on 2:12, I kind of felt a little bit queasy because of all the lactic acid, but I started my easy and then realized I wasn't going to make it to the end of the easy without losing my lunch. So got out, conveniently there's a trash can right there, got back in, swam to the other end, got out to the other trash can, did that a couple times, and then Steve asked me if I needed some more time, and you know, I was feeling a little better by then. So it's definitely grueling, makes your stomach hurt and makes your legs and your arms and everything hurt, and my 2 roommates and myself, we came home and we just basically laid on the couch for a couple hours after that. It's usually pretty rough.
Any set that makes you puke, it's the Swimming World TV thumbs up of approval.
Yeah. But, I mean, I don't have a strong stomach anyway, so it's not, I think I was the only one that puked, and a lot of it was probably just because I just probably ate too close to the set, if anything, so...
Hey, to switch topics a little bit, I hear that you play guitar pretty well.
No, I play guitar not well.
Okay, so I heard half right.
You heard half right, yeah.
All right, well, how about you let the Swimming World TV audience be the judge? You got your guitar there in your room?
I do. It's right beside me, so this is probably one of the most embarrassing things I've ever done.
All right, what do you think you're gonna play for the Swimming World TV audience?
Swimming World TV audience, I am going to play Teardrops on My Guitar by Taylor Swift.
Okay.
So.
Scoot back just a little bit so we can see you jamming.
Okay. Let me. You put me on the spot. It makes me nervous. All right, you ready?
Go for it.
Drew looks at me. I fake a smile so he won't see that I want and I need everything that we should be. I bet she's beautiful, that girl he talks about. She's got everything that I have to live without. Drew talks to me. I laugh 'cause he's just so funny, and I can't even see anyone when he's with me. He says he's so in love, he's finally got it right. Wonder if he knows he's all I think about at night. He's the reason for the teardrops on my guitar, the only thing that keeps me wishing on a wishing star. He's a song in the car I keep singing, don't know why I do. Is that good?
Wow. You're getting a standing ovation here in the Swimming World TV studio. That was awesome. That was really, really great. Thank you so much.
Thanks. That's what happens when you live in Texas for 5 years. You start to have dreams of being a country music star.
Well, you're making the folks back at Canada wonder who the heck is Julia Wilkinson anymore.
I know, right?
Well, hey, that was awesome. Thank you for, I know we put you on the spot, but thanks for delivering. That was great.
Oh, well, thanks. It's funny because a lot of my friends haven't even heard me because I'm usually too shy, so I don't know. You caught me on a nice day, I guess.
Well, they have now. Well, Julia, thanks again for coming on the show, and we can't wait to see you in action this March.
Thank you so much.
All right, that's Julia Wilkinson playing the guitar here on the Morning Swim Show. We really appreciate her being a good sport. All right, tomorrow on our look back at the best interviews of 2010, Ryan Lochte, right here on the show, talked about his unusual training methods that he'd taken up, and he predicted that he could break Phelps's record in 2012. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. I'm Peter Bush, reminding you to keep your head down at the finish.